What's up, Reapers? Welcome back to the crypt. I am in a pretty good mood. Um, I am officially 2 weeks clean off of my addiction. Um, Again, I don't want to get into it. Those who talk to me regularly or I've talked to about it know exactly what I'm talking about. I know I did a unboxing video on some gore grind earlier, but we are switching it up. This is some CDs I've been listening to, and if you can't tell, I'm kind of in a black metal mood. I've been mostly watching YX Him and Count Blagroth recently, and I just joined Killbot and Gorgor's live on Instagram earlier, and he was shocked, or he was, we're like, are they doing videos? I said, yeah. I know Sean's had some health issues, which shocked him. So, but I've been between Killbot for like more death metal, like Bolt Thrower, um, you know, Suffocation, Morbid Angel. I like Morbid Angel regardless. But no, when I watch other YouTubers, it usually puts me in the mood for certain genres. Count Blagroth is like mostly black metal, some death metal, metalcore, deathcore. I know he's not really into that now, but that's not really the point of this video. That said, we got an album I just listened to today. One of my favorite fucking albums ever. The Mantle by Agalok. I need to get more from them because, oh, I mean, obviously my disc is not in here because I was spinning it earlier, but next up we have Ahab with The Giant, my favorite Ahab album. Antarctica, The Polymorphous. It's a really good song, if you want to really get a feel for what they're about. I need to get the rest of their stuff. I have their 2023 release. Next up, my favorite Bloodbath album, Grand Morbid Funeral. The song Annie is so good. But listen to this in full. It's one of those, like, that's like the standout track for me, but like, really let this sink in. Alright, I want you to let it sink in for a minute. Next up is another Bloodbath. Really good album. I know some people didn't like it, but this is The Arrow of Satan is Drawn. Just check out Levitator. I mean, that fucking riff. I mean, there's a reason it's on my on repeat on Spotify. Next up is Hellhammer Apocalyptic Raids. I mean, you got Mascara, Messiah, Triumph of Death. Messiah is like one of my favorite songs in Tom G. Warrior's catalog between the big three, that being Hellhammer, Celtic Frost, whatnot. So I'm sorry I've been playing with my hair a lot. I've been, I don't know why, but it's been bugging me a lot recently. But anyway, next up, Carcass. This is probably my favorite Carcass album. I mean, but it depends on the day because it's usually between this, Necroticism, and Surgical Steel, but it's usually this one. It has my favorite song by them, Ruptured and Purulence, if I'm saying that right. I think this is the original, and I got this in a record show, so. Next up, I know I say I have two favorite Cannibal Corpse albums, and that's true because this is probably gonna be my it's my favorite overall, but I mean, it's between that and Tomb of the Mutilated. It really depends on if I want the brutal death metal or old school, and that is Evisceration Plague. This is just, I think I slightly prefer this over Tomb. I mean, Priest of Sodom, Scalding Hail, To Decompose, Evisceration Plague, Shatter the Bones. It's like my favorite Cannibal song. For my favorite Cannibal Corpse song, before I get comments, yes, I've said Shatter Their Bones and Necropedophile are my favorite, and that is true. They are very much tied at number one. So next up, more black metal, Marduk, Those of the Unlight. Man, you got songs like Darkness Breeds Immortality, Those of the Unlight, Wolves, Burn My Coffin, On Darkened Wings. Oh, I've also been listening to a lot of Xaster. I've been listening to Shining. I do have some Shining. I just didn't want to pull it off the shelf. Really any of this band's material I've been listening to. Excuse me. Revenge, Behold, Total Rejection. I just felt like including something from them just because they're one of my favorite bands. I have been listening to a hell of a lot of war metal, like Black Witchery, Revenge, obviously, Archgoat. It's probably my favorite. Fucking, what's the one? Proclamation. Next up, some more raw black metal for a change. I need to get more raw black metal, but Spectral Wound with Infernal Decadence. This is some fantastic shit. Yeah, I've been loving the fuck out of this. Next up is Sorcerer de Glace with Snowland, one of my favorite albums in black metal ever. Sorcerer de Glace is becoming one of my favorite black metal bands. I know they're nationalists, not national socialist nationalists, which is different. And I'm forgetting exactly what. I know they're like out of Quebec. I guess I can include this one. I forgot to pull it off, but Akitsa, Goy. I mean, this is in. I know YXM said this is one of his favorite albums ever, not just in black metal, but I mean, I don't blame the man. I mean, because of him, I actually went out and listened to this, and then I bought it, and I understand why it became one of my favorites very fucking quickly. It's definitely a album I listen to if I'm in that black metal mood. That said, going to one of my favorite bands in black metal. This isn't my favorite album by this band, but it's one of my favorite black metal albums, along with the next one I'm about to show, which is Sworn to the Dark by Watain. I mean, you got Legions of the Black Light. Legion, I believe is what it's called. No. Sorry, Legions of the Black Light, excuse me. Satan's Hunger, Sworn to the Dark, The Serpent's Chalice. I mean, every fucking song on here is amazing. And this is one of those, like, it's got the more infectious and catchy grooves. and like much more of like a headbangable sort of feel to them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love pretty much everything from Watain. I mean, They Rode On, The Wild Hunt, I mean everything. And then my favorite from them, Lawless Darkness. This is where I really gained love for black metal. I mean, fucking every song, man. Death, Cold Dark, Malfador. I hope I'm saying that right. Second track, Reaping Death, Four Thrones, Wolf's Curse, uh, fucking Waters of Ain, the final track on here. 14 minutes, and it is, in my opinion, one of the best songs ever written in black metal. And before we get to the final CD, just to honorably mention some more black metal I don't have. Wolves in the Throne Room. Fucking Black Salice. I want to say it was Uada is another one. They're definitely up there. Why can I not? Doth. I'm like looking at the shit that I do have the one album from Sargeist that like I didn't want to get it, but Sargeist, Dark Throne, I could have had Dark Throne, but whatever. What was the one that I just checked? I didn't check them out, but Moonblood. Moonblood are definitely up there. Oh, and Graveland. I would definitely check out the song "A Thousand Swords" by Graveland. Oh, and Sayor. And my final CD, some not black metal. This. Oh, and Summoning. Summoning is what is it? But Slime Brutal Death Metal. Gomagot. Parasitic Incineration. This is some nasty sort of brutal death slam. Severed. It's from Severed Demo Series. I got it's number 14. If you can read that. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and as always, keep it grim.